We've all dealt with this trope before of overpowered protagonists, and some people like watching the overpowered character just wipe out enemies without really breaking a sweat, while other feels like, if they feel like, oh man, he did that too easily, there's no growth, it feels almost boring, which I get. But then there's Sakamoto days, right? Sakamoto days is like this way of doing OP, but they do it the right way, right? It's not like just boring. Like, they make OP look good, and it's actually kind of crazy. So Sakamoto's character, he was basically a once feared hitman in Japan, right? He done all these things, right? He was paid, hitman for hire. Eventually finds a girl, falls in love, retires, gains a little weight, becomes a family man essentially, right? He's a convenience store owner, right? And on the surface, he's just, guy, he's chilling, ordinary guy, he's retired from the hitman life, he got a family going on, big man things. But then, of course, that's not gonna last very long because someone sets a bounty on him, and now he's basically brought back into that kind of career field against his will, essentially. So now he got a whole bunch of these assassins coming after him, and then he's just a family man now, bro. He just want to chill, but nope. They brought him back into it, and yeah, pretty much he has to deal with it. But what's crazy about his character is what makes him so overpowered is not just the fact that he's overpowered, obviously, but it's his skill sets, right? Of course, he dodges bullets and everything of that nature. He uses weapons and everything, but he doesn't just use weapons. He uses any type of weapon that he can basically get his hands on. Like, he can work with pretty much anything. Like, he can work with like a pen, or like a toothpick, or like a rock, or like a button. He can literally work with any object to just straight up body you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And even with those capabilities, you can actually see him struggling a little bit, especially against people that were, on his level as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, these same type of people that are in the same work, trying to get at him. It's not like he doesn't struggle, because he does struggle, but he like finds a way through that particular struggle. And it's not just, oh yeah, I'm just broken, so you can't really defeat me, main character things, you know what I'm saying? But like, it works in a way to where he's overpowered, but the way they write him is like this simple guy, just a family man. At the end of the day, he stopped, killing people or whatever, and he just wants to live a normal life and just retire. That's all he wants to do. So yeah, essentially he does that, uses any weapon to his abilities, and honestly, that's what makes the character so compelling. Like, he's not just this boring OP character. He has a bit more depth to him than that. If you've made it this far into the video and you have not subscribed yet, like, what are you doing? If you subscribe, you'll get 10 years of good luck. Go ahead and click the button. Let me just talk about the introduction of some of these other characters. Like, y'all have to understand, when they introduce my boy Slur into the mix, now that's when really things start to get interesting, because that's like the main one that set the bounty, and then you got these characters like that one dude, I forgot his name, but with like the katana or whatever, and then the whole assassin association or whatever is now after him. Like, the stakes are pretty high, right? And the guy is good at what he does, but like, man, you're thinking, man, can he actually win this? And that's the beauty of it, right? Like, he's not just OP to the point where, oh yeah, he's gonna win. It's just like, dang, these guys are actually tough. Can he actually win this? And that's the beauty of Sakamoto days. Like, it takes this OP, quote unquote, character and, makes high stakes to where, oh man, he might actually lose this. You know what I'm saying? It's not just straight up, oh, he just beats everybody because he's OP. Like, they write it in such a way that's like, it works, and it's not just boring. Not only that, I find Sakamoto days pretty funny at times too. It has a comedic sense of humor. It's just like, it's something that at the end of the day, it shows that overpowered isn't the main problem, right? It's how you write the character, and I feel like they've written Sakamoto in such a good way to where the OP doesn't seem boring. It actually seems very interesting and entertaining, and I'm looking forward to see how the story goes in the future. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. Comment down below your favorite part and let me know what you like about the series or what you dislike about the series, and I'll catch you guys next time.